Hi, I'm Kyle McCoy. You may remember me from such perler projects as Ripping Off Van Gogh and Devil's Laughter, the Duck Hunt Dog Story. Well, I hope you're prepared for a tour of glitz and glamour, because today we're going back to my home away from home, Springfield, USA. And despite being portrayed as such a terrible, tasteless, and tacky town, it's got a decent amount of star power. So, get out your autograph books, because today we are paying tribute to 4 local celebrities. First up, Krusty the Klown. We'll go ahead and get most of the black outline done so we can focus on our color choices. Remember, when making any design, the smallest detail can only be a single bead. And for my Simpsons portraits, that's always their pupils. Krusty is a very expressive character and gave me a lot of moments to choose from. It's really up to you to decide which aspect of his personality you want to focus on. I've decided to go with Krusty doing what he does best, hamming it up for the camera. Krusty the Klown has been around since the Tracy Ullman days. One interesting idea that was later dropped was that he was Homer in disguise. The concept being that Bart has no respect for his father, yet his hero was his father all along. Kind of sweet. And you can certainly see the remnants of this concept in their nearly identical character designs, which is eventually used in the plot of the episode Homie the Clown.
I'm seeing double here. 4 Krusties!
Now, for most of my Simpson portraits, I have a 2-color limit to keep them pretty simple and cartoony. The base color and the shadow effect, which is a shade darker. For example, Krusty's shirt is pastel lavender, and I've put down a few purples for the shadow effect. But I'm about to break that rule here because I'm using red for Krusty's nose, cherry for the shadow, and I really want his nose to have that nice shine to it, so I'll use 2 blush beads. I think we can get away with it. For the most part, Krusty is the Simpsons' way of making fun of show business.
Now for my favorite part of the show. What'd that say? Talk to the audience? Oh God, this is always death.
He seems to have gone through a phase of nearly every genre of popular entertainment, and is often portrayed as corrupt, unethical, and willing to slap his name on anything for a buck. And yet, he's not a villain of the show. He does have a genuine enthusiasm for his work, and the adoration of his audience, which consists mostly of children, is important to him. He loves making people laugh, and went against the wishes of his disapproving father to pursue his dream. This earnestness, a rare quality in Springfield, juxtaposed with his many bad habits, gambling addiction, and violent outbursts among other various vices, make him one of the most interesting and well-rounded characters on the show. His little mouth area here goes through a lot of color changes over the series. Sometimes it's brown or pink. I'm just gonna go with tan, and cream for the face. Sure, he'll sometimes self-destruct and get cancelled, or fake his own death, but Krusty always bounces back.
Well, the important thing is that I regained the trust of the children. But there was one boy who trusted me all along. Bart?
Yes, sir?
Thank you.
The episode Krusty Gets Busted is the first time we meet Kent Brockman, the judgmental anchor of Channel 6. I've always loved his character design, from his rust-colored suit to his bright white hair, and those disapproving jowl lines. Like most citizens of Springfield, Brockman represents a very cynical take on his profession. The newsman who has no problem sensationalizing, editorializing, and flat-out lying about stories just for the ratings. Kent usually appears to provide exposition or tap into the town's current mindset.
Sir, why did you wait until the last minute to pay your taxes?
Because I'm an idiot. Happy?
He's a television fixture, and nearly every line he has is classic.
Professor, without knowing precisely what the danger is, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would, Kent.
Wherever there is a tragedy to be exploited, Kent will be there. And I, for one, welcome his appearance every time. Plus, he's a hard worker. Along with Channel 6 weekday news, he also hosts Smartline, Eye on Springfield, Springfield Squares, and his own personal segment, My 2 Cents. And apparently he's an avid bowler.
That's just in. A new addition to our worst dress list. Those guys!
Hey, wait a second. Why is Bumblebee Man a member of the Channel 6 Wastelanders when his show is on Channel 8?
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
One of the many questions surrounding this local celebrity, who always seems to be in character. Despite being one of the most memorable and recognizable staples on the show, no doubt thanks to his unique design, very little is known about Bumblebee Man. He's clearly based on El Chapulín, Colorado, aka the Red Grasshopper. He stars in a Mexican sitcom and is often the victim of giant props and slapstick comedy. And his wife left him. That's about it.
Those are ratings? Let me see. I lost to Channel Ocho. What the hell is that?
Dos huevos, por favor.
Hey!
It's always fun seeing this guy in the crowd, and his appearances serve as a perfect reminder of how cartoony The Simpsons can be.
Who do you want to talk to first? The guy in the Bumblebee suit or the one with the bone through his hair?
I love making dynamic expressions like this. Reminds me of my Frank Grimes piece. Finally, my friends, we come to Troy McClure. You may remember him from such episodes as Homer versus Lisa in The Eighth Commandment, and Bart's Inner Child. He's the lovable Hollywood has-been, now getting by hosting educational films, infomercials, and other low-level television specials. He is undoubtedly one of The Simpsons' most popular characters, which is pretty incredible considering he so rarely interacts with anyone else. But he's just always so upbeat and happy to be there.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such cartoons as Christmas Ape and Christmas Ape Goes to Summer Camp.
It's only when we get to his most prominent episode, A Fish Called Selma, in Season 7, that we finally get to see past his on-screen persona. And it's no coincidence that this is one of the best episodes of the series, with the Planet of the Apes musical being one of the greatest bits in Simpsons history.
I love you, Dr. Zayas!
Brilliantly performed by Phil Hartman, a peripheral character, always on the outskirts of the main story, never really affecting the plot, yet being so well known and beloved by so many. After Phil Hartman's death, they retired the character, which was the right thing to do. But because of this, he, more than anyone else I think, truly represents the show's golden age. Never outstaying his welcome or succumbing to Flanderization, to me, he is quintessential Simpson. Troy, there's no May. I will always remember you, fondly. He's had many great roles and classic moments to choose from, but I wanted to focus on the man himself, so I kept it simple with this basic headshot. Maybe we'll get crazy next time. And normally I would tone down that orange hair with something more subtle like butterscotch, similar to Hank Scorpio. But I just decided to go big this time. I think Troy would appreciate it. Once we glue all of our portraits to 8x10-inch canvases, we're done.
You might remember me from such self-help videos as Smoke Yourself Thin and Get Confident, stupid.
There is no stopping them. The ants will soon be here. And I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords.
Try to find a replacement.
A powerful tidal wave in Kuala Lumpur has killed 120 people.
Hey, Chihuahua! Whoa, whoa, whoa! They drove a dump truck full of money up to my house. I'm not made of stone.
What a nice and varied set this one turned out to be. My friends, thank you so much for watching. You've heard my thoughts, but I want to know what these characters mean to you. Let me know in the comments your favorite moments and quotes. And click right there for today's patterns. I'll see you again soon.